Gracias por estar con nosotros. Bienvenidos nuevamente a Now What. Hoy hablaremos con Pasquale Fulginiti de Kids Staff, una serie de seminarios que busca guiar a todos nosotros los padres en la tarea de la educación. Algunos le dirían difícil, otros dirían que no tanto. Nuestros hijos, las relaciones entre padres e hijos, disciplina, cómo trabajar su autoestima y mucho más relacionado con todo lo que tiene que ver con el parenting. Información muy importante para compartir aquí en Now What, el único programa hecho en Canadá, un programa de inmigrantes para inmigrantes, tratando problemas y situaciones que a nuestra comunidad le interesa y por supuesto en español, también en inglés. Así que iniciemos ahora con Now What. Les cuento que iba directamente a ser sacerdote y por cosas de la vida encontró la verdadera habilidad que tenía, la vocación de hablar con padres e hijos desde los 19 años. Él es Pasquale Fulginiti y él desarrolla un libro y unos seminarios que se llaman Kids Staff. Así que welcome here, Pasquale. Welcome to Now What.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
That is a pleasure to have you here. And especially when you have to give us the guidance, and sometimes that we say, oh, that difficult way to educate our kids. And sometimes it's really painful. We don't know how to do it. And you say that you can do it even with humor. How is that?
Absolutely. Parenting appears to be a difficult task, but in essence, it's really fairly easy. It's us parents that make it difficult because we don't have the proper tools. It's like any other sport or fishing. If you don't have the right tools, makes fishing very difficult. Parenting is a skill, and knowing how to be a leader at home gives you the proper tools and the proper guidance that you need. And Kids Stuff offers just that.
Now, okay, well, let's start with the parents that we don't know sometimes what we do with the kids. And also, there are some parents that we receive all the audience talk to us many times and they say, I have a kid for 17 years old, 16 years old, 15 years old, and it's very difficult to talk with them right now. Maybe we think that it was easier when they were very small kids, like from 3, 4, 5 years. And sometimes I was asking Pasquale, when we do commands, when we have to do discipline, sometimes we just break down and we don't know how to do it properly. So what is the key? What is the tool that we need to do that?
Well, before we start, we often ask parents, what type of parent are you? Are you there's 3 types, so you choose between one of the 3. Are you the passive parent? That's the one that tries to plead with the kid, tries to bargain with the kid, saying, please, can you eat your dinner? I'll give you a cookie. So there's always that kind of coaching behind it, where the parent is very passive. There's no structure in the household. The kids can do whatever they want as long as they eat. It doesn't matter if they wear their jacket or wear their hat, as long as they go to school, as long as, so there's really no structure in this home. On the opposite end, you have the autocratic parent. That's the parent, with the military style. You have to do what I say because I'm the parent and I'm in charge. And there's total structure but no freedom. Whereas there's total freedom in one house, this one here has no freedom at all.
This is Mr. or Mrs. No. So can I do that? No. Can I go there? No.
Because I'm the father and what I say. Because I said so, yeah. And the third type of parenting style that there is the one in the middle, the democratic home, the democratic parent, where there's a balance of structure and a balance of freedom together that complement each other. So you ask your kid, would you like to wear the blue hat or the red hat? Now, would you like to wear a hat? Because you're wearing a hat. Would you like to wear the blue one or the red one? And the kid chooses. When you give kids choices, they tend to comply. They tend to listen to you because they have a saying in what goes on. Would you like chicken fingers or fish sticks? Get the kids to choose. Get them involved.
Choose between 2 things, you like it or you may like it. No between 2 things because they say, I want to put that teacher that is full of hieroglyphics or things like that. They say, no, I don't think this is the ceremony we're going. You shouldn't wear that kind of thing.
Well, Kids Stuff teaches parents that not only do you give kids choices, but between the different level of choices that they have. For example, if your child is 2 to 4 years old, you say, would you like an apple or would you like a banana? 2 and 4 can handle that. But as the kids get older, let's say 4 and 6, you say, which of these fruits would you like to eat? Do you see how I'm increasing decision making? Okay. Now the kid is 6 to 8. You say, go get something to eat. Remember, it has to be healthy. Okay. And now your kid is 12 and over, and you say, go get yourself a snack. And you hope that they're making the right choice, right? But if you don't have...
Because you prepare him, if you start soon, at 2, 3 years old, when they go for that snack, for sure they're going to have a
They
good
know
choice.
how to make wise choices. They know how to make choices. But you know what's really important is not only making the choices, but holding them accountable for the choices that they make. For example, your child chooses not to eat dinner. I don't want to eat dinner, right? Well, the passive parent will say, well, what else can I make you? You have to eat something.
Yes.
Right? Okay, here, I'll give you the cookie, but you have to eat dinner, right? The autocratic parent is a parent with structure, right? Says, no, you're going to be eating. You're not moving from there until you eat, right?
Until you finish that.
Until you finish that. But the democratic parent says, you're not hungry? No problem. I don't have a problem with that. The kitchen closes at 7. 7 o'clock, you don't eat, everything's put away. Now, the democratic parent allows the child to experience the consequence of their choices. So hunger, they're going to get hungry around 7:30, but I'm hungry. And you say, yeah, that's why we have dinner. But you know what? You get to try again tomorrow night.
And there are reasons. Discipline. Todo esto y mucho más después de unos segundos en unos mensajes comerciales. Volvemos después de este break. No se vayan. Cómo educar a nuestros hijos. Importantísimo el día de hoy en Aguat y con humor. ¿Por qué no?
Nuestra casa tiene que tener 2 pisos y muchas ventanas.
Nos especializamos en entender a cada cliente para hacer realidad hoy lo que ha deseado siempre.
Visite un representante de su equipo latino y tome el primer paso para convertir una casa en su hogar.
416-398-5626.
Y aquí, lo que encontrarás en la guía Magazine de octubre. En portada, Stephanie Cayo, la peruana con los ojos que enamoran. Comenzó su carrera artística a la edad de 3 años, apareciendo en comerciales publicitarios. Hoy es la estrella y protagonista de grandes series televisivas en Colombia y prepara su primer álbum musical. Steve Jobs, difícil de comprender, complicado para trabajar y considerado irreemplazable por muchos seguidores e inversionistas de Apple. Con su pasión por el diseño minimalista y su genio comercial, cambió el curso de los negocios de las computadoras personales y transformó al mercado de la telefonía móvil. El más grande presidente ejecutivo de la historia, el genio de los negocios de nuestra generación. ¿Desea transformar la expresión de la mirada añadiéndole profundidad, misterio y belleza? No deje de leer Una mirada. Las pestañas, un elemento fundamental de nuestros ojos, pues además de protegerlos, resultan muy estéticas. La electricidad está de moda y el mundo del motor es buena prueba de ello. Pocas son las firmas que no se atreven a desarrollar modelos eléctricos. En la guía te acercamos al top 5 de los autos eléctricos que cargarán las pilas del mercado. Se acerca el 12 de octubre, Día de la Raza. En la guía, una reflexión. Colón, un hombre que vio lo que ningún otro navegante pensó, pero también revuelve en las mentes de los conquistados el martirio que se inició desde aquel día para los aborígenes de la época. El inicio del otoño no llega solo con corrientes de aire frío. Este otoño viene acompañado de un evento cultural de grandes proporciones. El Oktoberfest, la tan conocida fiesta a la cerveza más reconocida del mundo, deja ver su grandeza del 17 de septiembre al 3 de octubre en Kitchen. Se acercan las elecciones y el panorama es incierto. El 6 de octubre, como cada 4 años, la gente que vive en Ontario tiene la oportunidad de acercarse a las urnas y elegir al líder del gobierno provincial. La guía presenta un completo análisis. Esto y mucho más en la guía Magazine, con lo mejor de la actualidad, consejos y entretenimiento.
¿Cómo disciplinar a nuestros hijos de manera positiva durante el transcurso de sus vidas? Este es un libro que se llama Kids Stuff y su autor está con nosotros acompañándonos. Se trata de Pasquale Fulciniti. La manera como nosotros podemos hacer agradable y divertida esta función de ser padres. Estamos hablando precisamente antes del corte de 3 tipos de papás o mamás diferentes. El que permite todo, el permisivo, el que todo tiene que ser una obligación, el que es autoritario y también otro que está en el balance. Ese que queremos ser nosotros, poder apoyar a nuestros hijos para que tener con ellos la facilidad de comunicarnos. Por ejemplo, When we're talking about communication, when we're talking about how we just, try to go and send a nice message to them and
Yes.
to get a good response for that.
Right.
How you do it? Sometimes we came tired from the office. Sometimes they're annoying. The kids, they have a difficult day. We have a difficult day. And we don't know how to respond or react on the things like tantrums, on things like that. How you can help us in that way?
The way we speak to our kids is the way they speak to us. So if we like to give them orders and we like to basically tell them what to do, kids will react to that. They won't act. They'll react to the way we tell them things. So we want them to act positively.
I like this. Importante, para que no se nos olvide, de la manera como nosotros hablamos con nuestros hijos, nos dice Pasquale, es de la misma forma como ellos van a hablar con nosotros. So very possible that sometimes we don't think that they are going to talk to us in the same way because they are too small.
Right, absolutely.
But by the time, we're going to get it, so the result, what we did when they were kids.
Right. We often ask the parents in the Kids Stuff seminars, do you, you need to demonstrate the way you want to be talked to. So you don't want to yell at your kids 3 rooms away. Come down for dinner. You want to go up to them and say, out of respect. You want to talk to them with respect. And that's what you get back. So you want to go up to them and say, dinner will be ready in 5 minutes.
Contact eye, very important.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes. And speaking to them is get their attention. Because, they're in front of the TV and they didn't even hear what you said, right? And did you hear me? And they go, no, I don't know what you asked me for.
And the eye contact is very, very important.
Very, very important.
To get the answer of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Is to get their attention. Say, Bobby, I need you to get ready for dinner. Or if they're younger, you say, at the end of this commercial or at the end of this TV program, because they're watching a TV program, it's hard for children to stop what they're doing because parents want it to happen, right? Give them a 5-minute warning. Say, in 5 minutes, we're going to have dinner. Or at the end of this TV show, we're going to have dinner.
You give me many examples that are very common between us. One, you have to eat everything. The second one, for example, I don't want to eat this. I don't like lasagna, or I don't like beef, and I don't like it, I'm not going to eat that.
Right.
What do we have to do on that one?
Absolutely. So if you have lasagna, let's say, I'm Italian, so I love lasagna. I don't know why anybody doesn't like lasagna, but let's say they're broccoli, right? Because the kids don't like vegetables, right? If the child is 4 years old, all you have to do is take 4 bites. Take 4 bites, because you're 4 years old. If you're 5, you take 5 bites. And then after 5 bites, if you like it, you say yay, nay, or just okay. But you can't play the game until you take your 5 bites. And you know what? If you don't like it, you throw it away. And the kids go, I can do that? Yeah, but your 5-year-old already took 5 bites of broccoli. That's enough, right? He may like it. He may say, it's not bad, or he may say, I don't like it. Okay, throw it out. But you have your child eating broccoli.
Nuestra casa tiene que tener 2 pisos y muchas ventanas.
Nos especializamos en entender a cada cliente para hacer realidad hoy lo que ha deseado siempre.
Visite a un representante de su equipo latino y tome el primer paso para convertir una casa en su hogar.
416-398-5626.
Unas herramientas que deben ser básicas y oportunas a la hora de educar a nuestros hijos, la disciplina. El día de hoy hemos aprendido cantidades con Pasquale Fulginiti, quien escribió también este libro, The Kids Stuff, y seminarios que pueden llegar a los colegios de nuestros hijos para entender un poco más cómo viven ellos y de qué manera ayudarlos. Empoderarlos se llama la palabra que hoy se utiliza mucho en temas de educación. Y este es entre español y en inglés para poder entender un poco más qué funciona en la cabeza y en el corazón de nuestros hijos. Sometimes there is many difficult moments that we have with our kids. One of them is when they are bullying one. You are bullying or you have been bullied at school.
Right.
You don't know what to do.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you something that I heard from many parents. If somebody hit you, you hit him back.
Yes.
And after that, many times the kids learn that.
Yeah.
What do you recommend? What is the tool in that way?
Not only do they say if somebody hits you, you hit them back, but if somebody hits you, you go tell a teacher.
Yeah.
And both of those advice are very destructive. We say never tell your kid to hit back. Never tell your kid to go running to the teacher. 2 reasons. If you go running to the teacher, Bullies love that. Bullies love to go, boo, and you go running, you go crying. They love that because they're in control. They have a feeling of control and power. If you hit back, they love that too because now they have an audience behind them and now it's a confrontation. Bullies love to do that, right? So you don't want them to hit back. You don't want them to go running to the teacher.
They love to get you in trouble.
Yeah, they love the attention. They love the attention.
Okay.
So what do? You say, well, you can't go running back. You can't
You
go
say,
tell
"Now
a teacher.
what?"
Now what, right? Well, I'll tell you what now. You see, the passive parent teaches a child how to be passive, how to go running to the teacher, because he has no tools, he has no structure. The aggressive parent teaches a child to, the autocratic parent teaches a child how to be aggressive, right? So instead of being passive and aggressive, you want them from a democratic, how to be assertive. Bullies don't go for assertive kids. This is what the assertive kid says. The assertive kid says, you may have it after I'm finished. You can't have it now, it's mine. Bullies don't like people like that. They like people who are ready to fight. They like people that are ready to run away. But you're not afraid of the bully. Why? Because the democratic parent taught the kid, wait a minute, you have a right. You don't have to eat, right? If I tell you, you have to eat, I'm bullying you. You can't leave there, and I'm learning how to be a victim. When you're at the table and the parent says, you can't leave there until you're finished, well, we're bullying our kids in a way, right? If we tell them, oh, I'll make you something else to eat. What else do you want, right? We're teaching them that they don't have a voice or that their voice is very minute, right? So you want to teach them how to be assertive. Bully children don't go for that assertive kid, the one who can stand up on his own. When the kids are having a fight, you need to tell your child that comes running to you, say, oh, you need to go back to your brother. And you need to tell them, you can have it after I'm finished. Or, can I have it after you're finished, right? Have them work out their own problems.
Just to be assertive, what happened with them when they have been pushing, hitting, on something like in bad words they used to do at the schools, and they don't know how to defend themselves? ¿Qué pasa cuando no se pueden defender? ¿Qué pasa cuando están siendo acusados, cuando los están molestando en la escuela y de alguna manera ellos no encuentran una salida? Esa es la pregunta, and what to do when you are the victim. What happened that?
Absolutely. When you become the victim, bullies love the reaction. So the first thing you need to do is don't react. But it does start off from home, whereas you have a child who has low self-esteem. Bullies also have low self-esteem. Both victim and bullies have low self-esteem. So as a parent, you ask yourself, how can I further develop my child's self-esteem so he feels good about himself or herself? Because girls bullies as well, but they're bullies more social. Boys are more physical.
Yes.
Types of bullying. So how do you build your child's self-esteem? Well, one thing you can do at home is tell them that they are important people, and they're very important, and what you say matters. I'm listening to you, so your voice matters. Because victims think that even if I say no, they're not going to listen to me, because we taught them that as parents. So, and that's where you say, you're not hungry? No problem. I'm listening to you. Right? You say, you don't want to go to sleep. I'm listening to you. Doesn't mean that you're not going to go to sleep. I want this toy. I hear you. I acknowledge you. What you say is important to me. Let's see if we can work it out. Let's come up with a solution. What else can we do? So have your child come up with alternatives, saying, my voice is important. What I say is important. And when the child at the age of 4 realizes what I say is important, nobody really picks on him.
Y aquí, lo que encontrarás en la guía Magazine de octubre. En portada, Stephanie Cayo, la peruana con los ojos que enamoran. Comenzó su carrera artística a la edad de 3 años, apareciendo en comerciales publicitarios. Hoy es la estrella y protagonista de grandes series televisivas en Colombia y prepara su primer álbum musical. Steve Jobs, difícil de comprender, complicado para trabajar y considerado irreemplazable por muchos seguidores e inversionistas de Apple. Con su pasión por el diseño minimalista y su genio comercial, cambió el curso de los negocios de las computadoras personales y transformó al mercado de la telefonía móvil. El más grande presidente ejecutivo de la historia, el genio de los negocios de nuestra generación. ¿Desea transformar la expresión de la mirada añadiéndole profundidad, misterio y belleza? No deje de leer Una mirada. Las pestañas, un elemento fundamental de nuestros ojos, pues además de protegerlos, resultan muy estéticas. La electricidad está de moda y el mundo del motor es buena prueba de ello. Pocas son las firmas que no se atreven a desarrollar modelos eléctricos. En la guía te acercamos al top 5 de los autos eléctricos que cargarán las pilas del mercado. Se acerca el 12 de octubre, Día de la Raza. En la guía, una reflexión. Colón, un hombre que vio lo que ningún otro navegante pensó, pero también revuelve en las mentes de los conquistados el martirio que se inició desde aquel día para los aborígenes de la época. El inicio del otoño no llega solo con corrientes de aire frío. Este otoño viene acompañado de un evento cultural de grandes proporciones. El Oktoberfest, la tan conocida fiesta a la cerveza más reconocida del mundo, deja ver su grandeza del 17 de septiembre al 3 de octubre en Kitchen. Se acercan las elecciones y el panorama es incierto. El 6 de octubre, como cada 4 años, la gente que vive en Ontario tiene la oportunidad de acercarse a las urnas y elegir al líder del gobierno provincial. La guía presenta un completo análisis. Esto y mucho más en la Guía Magazine, con lo mejor de la actualidad, consejos y entretenimiento.
Pero bueno, vámonos a otro punto importante. Aquí, lo que nos ha dicho Pasquale es básicamente dale a escoger. Tienes dos opciones. Una de ellas seguramente es la que te va a traer. No le estás dando la oportunidad de seguir lo que ellos decidan o quieran. Y ahí parte de la disciplina. Now, let's go to the other side. Discipline or punishment.
Wow.
You don't do it.
That's big.
You don't get it. Well,
yeah. Well, there is a difference between discipline and there's a difference between punishment.
okay.
Discipline does one thing that punishment will never do. Punishment shows a child that he did something wrong. You made a mistake. Punishment also, you get something negative. You get either something taken away, you get maybe something to do more. Well, now you have to shovel the whole snow. There's all kinds of punishment.
So you
right?
don't like that word timeout. Timeout is the first thing that we in Spanish we learn to when we are parents.
I don't agree with timeout. A timeout means, for example, you need to go sit down for 5 minutes. The kid sits down for 5 minutes. Okay, time's out is over, right? I like time in, where you tell your kid, you need to leave. Go anywhere. Because what you need to do right now is cool down. I don't know about you, but I like to cool down in my room.
Yes.
Listening to TV or watching TV or listening to the radio. Right? I like to cool down like that. And then when I'm ready, I come back. So you tell your kid, you need to leave. Come back when you're ready. Right? Don't have time out when it's dinner time because they want to leave and they don't want to come back.
Time
right?
out. You don't need.
Yeah. But you know what? Like again, you want them to leave and to come back when they think they're ready, right? And maybe they don't want to come back.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
What happened? They go to the room. They don't come back.
But that's okay.
They don't talk to you anymore. Do you have to talk about what happened in that moment? So when they leave, and you have to come back and they say, okay, let's analyze this.
Yeah.
Do you remember that you answered to me in a bad voice?
Yeah. Well, they need to apologize to you. Say, I need an apology for that. But they won't give you an apology when they're mad. They can only give you an apology when they're not angry. So, but I need you to go to your room and come back when you decide to change your behavior. Empowers the child. And the child says, okay, I'll change my behavior. I'm in control of my behavior. I can choose to be angry, I can choose to be sad, I can choose to be happy. I can choose my behavior. That's a gift you're giving your kid. So if it's raining outside, you say, oh, I'm so miserable. It's not the rain that's making me miserable. I'm choosing to be miserable. It's not my boss that's making me angry. I'm choosing anger. See, between what happens to you and how you choose to respond is a 3-second rule.
Yeah.
You choose how you want to respond to what happens to you. So if I'm standing here and I'm hollering and yelling at you, you can choose how you want to respond right now. If your child is having a temper tantrum at the store and the way you choose to respond is empowering you, only you can make that choice.
So that's amazing because these really have to work with the teens.
Yes.
Teenagers.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. Is a headache for many
Husbands,
parents.
mother-in-laws, everybody. It works with anybody, right? I can allow something to get me angry, or I can choose to be joyful or sorrow. I can choose my emotions. You can't do it for me. I can do it for myself.
That's the problem, because sometimes we don't do it as an adult, so we don't know how to guide our kids in that way.
Right. I like to think that you're an out-of-order vending machine. You know, out-of-order vending machine. You know, the child says, I want chips, so you put in the coins, right? And the child presses the button, right? And you said, no, you're not having any chips, right? Because there's a time to say no. Not always yes, 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 yes. As a parent, you say no, because it's too close to dinner. You told them no, and you told them why. Right? So now they're having a temper tantrum. A temper tantrum, all it means is that they're listening to you. So it's just like an out-of-order vending machine. They're going to press, what we do when we press the button and put the coins in and nothing comes out, because no reaction from us, we're going to press that button a second time. So our temper tantrum gets even, you know, child's temper tantrum escalates.
Okay,
right?
I want to go to a party. And
Yes.
the party, it's going to be very close with a friend. He's going to pick me up.
Yes.
And I'm going to come around 3 o'clock. No,
Yes.
I don't think it's a good idea you go to a party. Well, anyway, I go.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do as a parent?
Oh, you don't think it's a good idea? You just said, I don't think it's a good idea. Subjective.
But he goes, or she goes
Well,
anyway.
you've given him permission. You said, I don't think it's a good idea. You say, no, you're not leaving. You're not going.
But I have parents that they say, you know, even I say no, they go. And you
Yes.
cannot take them, you cannot
No.
push them, because it's going to be crazy.
No. Kids do that when they say, you can't go out because you still need to do your chores. And they go out. You know what? They left. What are you going to do? Holler them down the street? No. When they come back, say, you know, welcome back. You don't need to get angry. Sarcasm, ridicule, embarrassment, it's not in a democratic home.
No.
But when they come back, you need to tell them, say, you know, your chores are still here. But we need to talk about this.
Hay que hablar, hay que entenderlos y hay que dejarlos ser. Ellos toman la decisión. Temas de kids stuff, we have your webpage, and we are going to have more things to you to get information about kids stuff and the easy way to enjoy our kids. And it has to be fun with humor. This is Nahuatl. Esto es todo por hoy. Nos vemos la próxima vez. Recuerda escribir tus comentarios a la dirección que ves en pantalla y nos volveremos a ver. Una vez más. Nahuatl.